Hello, welcome to Unit 5 for PE551. This class we will be going over chapters 9, 10, and 11 of your textbook. We also will be starting off with a review of the NASPE coaching standards and how these then will relate to curriculum design. Sport education, as this unit is entitled, encompasses the direction from all individuals that may be taking this class. So PE teachers, coaches, sports management majors, athletic directors, athletic trainers. When we think of sports education, we probably divert back to thinking primarily of sports management or coaching. Here's a review of the 8 domains specified by NASPE that are coaching standards. So when we are doing a sports education curriculum, or when you're creating an athletic program, or when you will be running an athletic program, you want to think about the type of people that you're going to have running this program. So either head coaches or assistant coaches. So let's look at domain 1, which relates to the coaching standard 1, which is to develop and implement an athlete-centered coaching philosophy. How can you do this? You can refer back to your personal philosophy that was due back on week 3 and think about this. Did it encompass a well-developed coaching philosophy that provides expectations for behaviors that reflect priorities and values of the coach? An appropriate coaching perspective focuses on maximizing the positive benefits of sport participation for each athlete. So as we're going through this week's units, specifically on sport education, think about how you can create your curriculum to focus on sport education that benefits each athlete. There are a total of 8 NASPE coaching domains. There are 40 total standards. Continue through the rest of the domains and think about how not only you as a coach are able to achieve all of these domains, but also if you are an athletic director or sports management major, how you could ensure that the individuals that you hire can meet all of these domains. Continuing with sports education, Chapter 9 focuses on outdoor education. Now, realistically, for a public school system, public school teachers probably wouldn't be doing too much of an outdoor education type curriculum. due to facilities available, funding, and then most importantly, safety issues, which require unique qualifications needed on behalf of the teacher and of the coaches facilitating the outdoor education curriculum. Now, outdoor education can be very beneficial for those that are trying to facilitate camaraderie and build team unity. So you may see a lot of collegiate level coaches or sports management type individuals steering more towards outdoor education for, again, building teamwork and building team unity. So coaches, you would send your athletes or your team to an actual outdoor education type company, which we look at on the next slide. Sports management majors, these could definitely be the type of facilities or companies that you could be heading one day. You also would want to reflect back on the NASPE coaching standards and domains that we just went over. And those are the type of people that you would want facilitating these types of agencies. And then coaches, of course, you would be the people that could help facilitate or work at these type of facilities as well. Outdoor education focuses on how to overcome the natural environment. It's not necessarily about winning or losing as far as getting the highest score, but it's about overcoming challenges together as a group over the natural environment. Here are examples of outdoor education programs. Now, there are many across the United States, and we've even listed one for that is international. And these are the ones that are taken directly from your book, Chapter 9. But what I have done is included the websites for these organizational companies for you to go into and navigate around and become familiar with what actually outdoor education looks like and how you can use this, again, especially for our coaches and for our sports management majors and athletic directors, to help build teamwork. So if you're trying to do a curriculum that is all around building teamwork or build team unity, this is the type of curriculum that you would want to focus on. So here are two specific examples. So the Wilderness Education Association, along with their website, and the Voyager Outward Bound School. You notice on the bottom there is the England and Wales National Curriculum for Physical Education. This physical education curriculum actually embodies outdoor education. So in England and Wales, they actually incorporate outdoor education across all grade levels in physical education. So teaching games for understanding, also referred to as the TGFU model, was originally proposed by Bunker and Thorpe as an alternative approach to teaching games or games teaching. This would focus a student's attention on problems posed by game situations and then having the student or the athlete come up with a solution to those problems. So the teacher or the coach would then create a modification to the game or the lesson being taught. Maybe if they're changing the rules or if they're changing the team structure, amount of people on the team, different positions, they're changing the equipment around or modifying the equipment to smaller, bigger, different color, changing the size of the field, bringing the game to be inside versus outside. It causes the athlete to have to think abstractly and deeper about the sporting situation and come up with the solution on their behalf. So then the idea or the theory is that when the athlete is actually playing the game, they have already been given the power or the skill to be able to adjust to any modifications to have a positive outcome, a winning outcome. The Teaching Games for Understanding model has 3 long-term goals. Sport education aims to have students learn to become players in the fullest sense and how them develop into competent, literate, and enthusiastic sports persons. The first long-term goal for the TGFU model is to create a competent sports person, which the book defines as people with sufficient skills to participate in games at a satisfactory level, to be knowledgeable players, and to execute strategy appropriate to their levels and the complexity of the game. The second long-term goal is to create a literate sports person. And you notice this term is what the NASPE standards changed from being a physically educated person. They have now changed the term to being a physically literate person. So let's see how our book defines a literate sports person. A truly literate sports person understands and appreciates the rules, rituals, and traditions that surround sports activities. They can distinguish between good and bad sport practices at the various levels. As well, they are more discerning sport consumers, whether a spectator or a fan. This literacy is vital because it helps ensure that sport and activity programs are educationally sound and contribute to a safer, more positive, and saner sport and activity culture. The third long-term goal is to create an enthusiastic sports person. Enthusiastic sports persons value and find meaning in their sport experiences and pursue other venues in which to participate. They tend to put more effort into every sports season, take their role in sports seriously, and demonstrate high levels of peer support within their teams. These individuals are eager to share their positive attitude about sport with others in a variety of settings, from working with youth to organizing sport experiences in the community. So probably our sports management majors would find themselves to be a particular being able to relate to the enthusiastic sports person definition. How can you create a curriculum that meets these 3 central long-term goals that are specific to your athletic program? In front of you is Table 11.1 found on 301 of your textbook. It shows the relationship of sport education's goals and the objectives with the NASPE's latest national content standards. So again, it's the TGFU Model 3 long-term goals, which you can see on the left-hand column. In the middle are the 10 sport education short-term objectives, and then how they relate to each of the long-term goals. Then how each of the objectives relate to directly to NASPE's national coaching standards as well as physical education standards. So please take time to thoroughly go through this chart and see how your athletic program, if going with the sport education model or the TGFU model, can branch over and directly to the national physical education standards.